talking to anybody. Okay, if you are, you're talking to people where there's just absolutely no way that you would ever date them or whatever the case may be. It's like you're in the dry desert, and for some of you, this could be for quite some time that you've been in the dry desert with no real options, no possibilities. For some of you, maybe there is absolutely nothing. Like you could be thinking about somebody, but this reading is intended for those who don't have any sort of physical activity taking place. You're not going on dates, and some of you may feel like the universe is against you, and others of you, this may be a self-seclusion, like you've decided to do yourself. So, this is a general reading, so if it does not resonate or the facts don't seem to fit for you, don't try to make it fit, and please don't get angry with me if it doesn't. This is a general reading for all of Aries, so if it does resonate, great. I am so happy that it is helping you out. Okay, so the first card I'm going to pull is looking at your soul energy, so to speak, like your essence. What's going on? What's going on with you at a soul level? Whoa, okay, well, Aries, you spoke, and you spoke with 3 cards, so, okay, I think I see what's going on here. Normally I would put the card here, but you have 3, so you've been working really hard, maybe on yourself, or you were working really hard in a relationship or towards a relationship, and it's like you're in this perpetual waiting zone. Nothing is really happening. No, even though you've put in all this work, here's the product here in front of you, and it's like nobody's coming to buy. Nothing's happening. Nobody's catching on your line. And this, and followed up with the 3 of Flames here. Again, this is more like a waiting period, like waiting for your ship to come in. And this also indicates that you've done everything you can do. Okay, you've done everything you can do. You've been putting a lot of energy and effort into something, and for many of you, this is yourself. You've been working on self-improvement for whatever your reason is, and at this point in the game, you are expecting something to happen, and it's not. But even though this card still can indicate a period of waiting, the scenery, if you notice, is much different. It's much more vibrant in this card. So, for some, this is like your ship is on its way, okay? All this effort and energy that you've been putting into yourself, you know, things are moving forward. And since these were looking at, you know, what's going on a soul level, these were really deep changes that you have been working on, really deep self-improvements. You could be, you know, working on letting go of a lot of past hurts and heartache and things like that. So I'm going to pull 3 Dreams of Gaia tarot cards to see how they correspond with the soul energy here, because I don't know, in others I feel as though there was a very specific person you were pursuing, and you put a lot of time and energy and resources into it, and it's like nothing, just, it doesn't pan out, and you're still kind of waiting in the month of October for your ship to come in. I'm only looking at the energy for the month of October, so this isn't really relevant to November. There was something else I wanted to say. Okay. For others, the reason why you are single right now is because there's a relationship that you were in for a very significant amount of time, or you felt very emotionally and maybe even financially invested into somebody, and it didn't work out for whatever reason, and it's like you're waiting for that. You're open to seeing other people, but it's like you're waiting on somebody else, on this one right here. And with the Three of Flames here, again, for some of you that means the ship is coming in on the horizon, but for others it means you've really done all you can do. And now is the time to let the universe do its thing. And that's an overall message for all of you. You're not being punished, and you're not supposed to be alone, and it does suck when every potential person you do meet is just a dud, and it just doesn't work out, and it makes you want to throw your hands and just give up entirely. But we're humans, right? I think we're in love with being in love. It's just my opinion, me included. Eight of Swords. Sorry. Eight of Air in this deck. So this speaks really strongly for those of you who are still quite hung up on somebody else. I don't think you realize it, but you're so caught up in that person and their energy and what you've shared that you're not really open for anybody new, even if you are seeing other people or trying to date other people. Emotionally, energetically, spiritually, you're not open to anybody else but this person that you're still holding on to or feel attached to. And it's, 8-8, so very significant. Some of you, this could be a water sign that you are still hung up on, or you put a lot of energy and effort in pursuing and nothing really panned out. Or this could be the space that you've come into for those of you who've been really working on self-improvement. This is getting completely right within. You are on point with your intuition. You understand the emotions that you're feeling. You're able to keep them balanced. You're able to keep yourself balanced and in check and not, so much emotionally react and things like that. So, since this is general, this Queen of Water right here is going to represent a different message for each one of you. And then we have the masculine, feminine. Yeah, some of you had to take a time out from dating, from all of it. There was a lot of issues inside of yourself. Some of you could have been experiencing some anger issues. Others of you, you could have been in a depression. It's just various circumstances of your life facilitated some real heavy energy for you to get through, and I don't feel like you really had the energy to sustain a romantic partnership, even if you've been open to seeking one. And some of you have been aware of that, and that's why you've just kind of completely secluded yourself. It's like the pain of all of this, of dating, of my ex or whatever, it's just all too much. You really had to heal and get balanced within, and you've been working really hard on that. And you're at this place where you're like, okay, I felt much better than I was feeling, and I'm ready. I feel 100% ready. I have my emotional body in check. I understand my physical needs. I know what attracts me to another person. I know the lover I am. I know how to satisfy myself. I know how to satisfy my lover, okay? But with this guy showing up, there may still be something that's holding you back, and that's why that ship hasn't quite come in, and that's why the universe is saying, look, you've done everything you could do. It's time to fully let go of the past. So, I'm going to pull a Vintage Wisdom Oracle card. Definitely Your reading, Aries, is different than the others I've done so far. For sure. Those 3 soul cards just wanted to fly out. So it's very significant, you know. If you've really been working hard, don't get down on yourself. Don't feel like you're not good enough. Don't feel like you're not worthy, that you're not attractive, that like nothing is ever gonna pan out. It's just something's holding you back, and since this is general, it's different for everybody, and I wish I could exactly pinpoint, but if it's a relationship of the past, I think you need to let that go, honestly, based on these cards. If you've been pursuing somebody and it's just like they won't give you the time of day, and they have this whole big song and dance story about why, and their justifications or excuses seem, you know, valid, well, fine, but you don't need to sacrifice yourself, you know, to that degree to date somebody, just to date them, okay? So if you've really been exhausting yourself trying to pursue one person and it just hasn't worked out, or let's just say you're not even speaking anymore because you're single, this is what this is about. If you hold a hope, you know, let that go. Because all that energy is very emotional, it's very watery, okay? And then here at the end we have this pairing of fire. That's too, that type of energy, it's too much for you. You are spirit all the way. You are very fast moving. You're the energy of the new. You're spontaneous. You know, it's just, these energies are completely different night and day. And so whatever all this was about, whether it's somebody you were pursuing or an ex, like, they were allowing you to be who you really are. And if you can't shine, you can't be the best you. And, you know, Aries, every single one I've ever met is extremely outgoing and spontaneous and fun and kind of crazy, humorous, very funny, just a lot of fun, a joy to be around. And you know, it is a more youthful energy, and not all energies of the zodiac can understand an Aries, okay? And they may say, oh, you are immature, or oh, you need to think more about the future, or oh, whatever the case may be, but they're only telling you to be more like them and, you know, live your life the way they live their life. Well, you don't need fixing, okay? They need to accept you. And so not every sign of the zodiac can understand the Aryan energy and appreciate you for who and what you are, okay? So recognize that in your potential partners. And if you feel like somebody's trying to change you and tell you that something's wrong with you and you need to be more this, that, or the other, you know, it's probably not a good relationship for you. Unless you're just a complete shitbag that doesn't do anything and, like, lives off other people, which I really don't imagine if you're sitting here watching this tarot reading that you're one of those people, okay? You deserve better than that, and don't let anybody try to change you. I just feel like really strongly, especially with this here, like, you struggle within, like, do I just be me or do I conform to fit these other people, these people that I think I want or that I have a lot of emotion for or whatever it is. And no, you can't shine if you allow that to happen, or if you trust that their idea of who and what you should be is better than your own. You came here encoded with your own little life mission and everything you need to get you from A to Z. The people that come in and out of your life, all they can do is trigger things inside of you, things that are already there. It's like they're the ignition that allows that to trigger, and then you know, and you know the way to go, and things like that. Intuition. So don't lose sight of you for anybody, okay? Just don't. You don't need to. In fact, I'll tell you, when I say Aries are humorous, I have an Aries friend, I love her dearly, and I've actually been single for a while myself. And she sent me this thing that says, when you've been single so long, you're ready to put yourself on the clearance aisle. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you did not send that to me. But it was hilarious as hell, and that's what I mean about Aries energy. Like, she's making it very humorous and, made it fun. And that's just how you guys are, and not everybody can understand that. But more people need to lighten the hell up and just enjoy life and not plan everything out, because there's so much that's beyond our control. This is more about the experience of life, not controlling it so much, I don't think, but rather experiencing it for all that it has to offer to the experiencer. So, let's take a look. Enchantment. So, first of all, whether you are aware of this or not, you guys listening to this, you have a very attractive and bewitching energy, so to speak. People are cast under your spell frequently because, like I said, your vibration is very different. Aries is the start of the zodiac. It's the new. It's the beginning, the closest to source. It's creation. It's change. Okay? It's just a very lovely energy, and it's captivating. Okay? I've definitely dated a couple Aries in my life, and it's just a very fun, spontaneous energy. And however, there is the dark side of that, where sometimes you have a hard time with containing like your temper or your anger, and it doesn't mean like you physically or verbally lash out at anybody. Whether you do that or not, that energy is still inside of you. And for those of you who contain it within, when things have just been building, it really wears on you and you feel it, and it's a hard place for you to be, okay? So I get that. But you guys are very enchanting, and if things just haven't been working out with any person you met, it's because, have you ever thought maybe you just haven't met anybody that's worthy of you, and you say, oh, well, it takes so long, why do I have to wait all this time? Well, special and unique, if it wasn't special and unique, it would be everywhere. Some things take time, and different things and circumstances need to happen and to fall into place. For all you know, the next person that you're going to be with, maybe they're still in a relationship, or they just got out of a relationship and they're currently in the healing process right now, and it's not quite the right time for the two of you to align. So think about that. Like, think of, pregnancy. Every woman who has been pregnant definitely starts wanting that baby out by the 7th month, okay? Now, as much as she wants that baby out, and it only gets worse and worse as she approaches her due date because she grows larger and larger, if that baby came in the moment when she's like, oh, I just want this to be over with, the baby isn't ready. Therefore, the chance of the viability of the baby is severely decreased. And that's not what you want. So if you're trying to be in a relationship or force a relationship in your life when the gestation period for you and the person you're truly supposed to be with isn't complete, there's nothing that's going to happen. It can't get off the ground. It can't manifest, okay? So the more pressure you feel, the closer you know that it's almost time for this person to come into your life. And based on the cards I see for you guys, I really do feel like there's energies out there for some of you for something quite lovely to come into your life. Now, I don't know why fire and water attract to each other, but it could definitely be another water sign. I know what you've been dealing with is too much. But if you find a really balanced water sign, and maybe they're a water with a rising fire and like an earth moon, like you guys could get along well. Okay, it's not like you're not compatible with fire. It just really depends on the person and who you are and how you guys are together. So I'm gonna pull some advice cards for you guys to help you, get through this, because it is hard to feel lonely, or if you've been rejected a lot, it's like, well, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, when did I become undesirable? And it's just, it looks like you've had a lot to work on internally. And there's still something yet I feel that many of you need to let go of. Because you guys are so, captivating. You pull people into your energy. People feel good around you. They feel fun and lively. And don't ever let anybody take that away from you. Just because they can't match your level. You're here to do what you're here to do. And you vibrate where you vibrate. And if somebody can't deal with that, that's their problem, not yours. You can't not be what you are. So I'm going to pull 3, and all 3 of these advices are for you guys, but think of the one that you feel most drawn to and take that to have extra special meaning. So this is going to be your first advice. Second and third. I wanted to keep this like a shorter video, but I feel like I've gone kind of long with you guys. So the first bit of advice from the universe for Aries who are single as fuck and tired as hell of it. Ooh, believe in yourself. Again, back to this work you've been doing. Maybe somebody, that's probably why I'm feeling like I just can't shut the hell up telling you, be who you are, and it doesn't matter what other people say. When somebody is trying to change you, if you know you are a good person and you are doing the best you can do, and you're just being you, and somebody's trying to change that, what they're telling you is they're not compatible with you. So they're trying to conform you to be more suiting to them. And, you might be on board with that at first, just because you're like, okay, I'm all about some adventures here, but it takes away from your self-esteem and who you think you are. Now, if you're just being a jerk and selfish and immature, and you know that you are, and somebody's like, hey, I'm tired of your shit, like, that's a whole different story. But there's a difference when somebody just kind of picks away at your character to better suit them. And for many of you, I think that's what happened, and that's what all this internal work and healing is about, and what you're having a hard time letting go of. And this is the universe saying, listen, you need to believe in yourself. You are amazing, and don't let anybody tell you differently. Just don't. You don't need them. Alright, so the second piece of advice from the universe to you guys is self-reflection. Okay, so this could pair very nicely with this card and go both ways. This is the universe saying, listen, really look within. Who are you, Aries? Who are you? All of you. The light, the dark, all of it. What makes you afraid, the demons you hide deep inside, what still hurts you. What are all those things that live inside of you? Because what's inside of you is what you bring into your next relationship. And like I said, I feel like there's something pretty special out there for you guys, and you need to do some internal house cleaning, because even if you've been doing a lot of self-reflection, there's some stuff like that you're overlooking. Like, really dig deep with this and see who you are. And remember, even if somebody has broken your heart, you've broken somebody else's heart, and you may not have meant to, and you're like, well, I wasn't as fucking horrible as the person that broke mine. Fine, fair enough, but just remember that, you broke hearts too. Everybody breaks a heart and everybody gets their heart broken, and that's just part of life. But for those of you who somebody has just like picked you apart and you're struggling with your self-esteem and feeling worthy and valuable, really look within and recognize that that stuff isn't true. That's one person's opinion and perspective of who you are. And all they were really saying is, you're not compatible with me, so I'm trying to make you compatible with me. Which in turn means, they definitely had feelings for you, or they wouldn't have wanted to change you to better suit them. But that's not how love should work. Like, we're all who we are, and there's only one of us, so we can't be anybody else. And as long as you're always striving to be the best person that you can be and give the best that you can give, you don't deserve anything less than that, okay? So the self-reflection, all of you will fall in different areas of the spectrum for this card, but you'll know which area you fall into. And your last piece of advice, dreams. I love that this card came out. Pay attention to your dreams, Aries. There's a lot of information and messages going on in those dreams. Not just your night dreams, but your daydreams. Okay? Even though you are the fresh energy of the zodiac, you're closest to source, and you're more intuitive than you give yourself credit for. So pay attention to those dreams, okay? And also, dreams that you have about yourself or the type of relationship that you want, all of that, don't let that go, okay? Don't let it go, especially those of you who have been like putting this work into yourself, not into another person or relationship, but those of you who have been putting it into yourself. Don't let go of your dreams. Don't. They're closer than you think, okay? And keep a dream journal for the rest of October. Like, your dreams might seem completely unrelated, your dreams you have at night and like the dreams that you have when you zone off, and what you're thinking about when you zone off isn't the same as when you sleep. But sometimes don't you have some pretty profound, like, interesting thoughts when you just kind of like zone out and you're like, damn, that was pretty deep, and then it just kind of leaves you like you don't remember it. Write that kind of stuff down, and the dreams you have at night. And most importantly, don't let your dreams go about love, because I really believe that they could happen for you. And so let's take a look at the romance angels to see what is beyond October 2017. And I don't know when this beyond is. This is general reading, so it will be different for all of you, but let's take a look. Separation, finance and career, playfulness. Wow, so for some of you, you might run into an old coworker and something might spring forward, or you have a coworker currently or upcoming at a new job that you're not at yet that you're going to have a connection with. And the advice is, when you meet this person or you reconnect with this person, and because finance and career is here, I don't get the sense that this is like a romantic relationship you're reconnecting with, not like an ex-significant other. This would be more like somebody that you worked with really strongly, that you worked with. just an acquaintance. Like maybe you worked at one company and they worked at a different company, and your companies did business with each other and you communicated with them that way. Whoever, for some of you this is general, but it's like you're separated from this person, and that could be literally like you change jobs or they change jobs or you just whatever, and you don't work with them anymore. Or this could mean that they're in the workplace, you're in the workplace, but right now this separation is representing that you guys aren't together as a couple quite yet, because right now we're just being playful. So any of those of you that are watching this and there's somebody at work that like sparks your interest, or just an old like work acquaintance or coworker that resurfaces, be very, very playful, okay? It doesn't, the cards aren't saying what this is going to totally turn into. It just wants to say to you, Aries, hey, when this new opportunity shows up, don't be so serious. Not at all. It's time to be playful and enjoy yourself and have fun. Be kind, be fair, be honest, be true, but be playful. Don't be serious. Be you, okay? Don't hold back. Just be yourself, and it will be a really good time. So, Aries, that is what I have for you guys who are single as fuck. I hope that this did offer some guidance for you guys and helped you out.